Hello and welcome to the Big Fact Podcast. This is the podcast dedicated to the world's most mind-blowing facts. And when we say mind-blowing, obviously we mean pointless. I'm Susan Owens.
And I'm Tom Willits. And each week, one of us will bring 3 facts to this table based on a very specific topic.
But there is a catch. One of these facts is completely false, and it's up to the other host to figure out which is the fact and which is a big fact lie.
It's amazing watching you do that 10 episodes in and
Clearly
still
reading
it from your laptop. It's like 4 sentences.
Yeah, my heart's not in it.
No, you couldn't.
Let me riff it, and I would just be like, oh no, I wouldn't.
God.
I guess I wouldn't. Okay. Well, this is the Big Fact Podcast where me and Tom present topics and the other one figures out which is true. No, okay.
You should just read it.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
Stick to your day job.
Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't matter anyway because that's the last time you were doing that this series.
Because I'm getting the sack.
Because you're done. I don't know if I told you at the beginning of the series, actually, if you lose, you get replaced.
Wow.
So,
do I have like a redemption arc? Like, could I come back in 3 series at a time and battle it out and come back?
Yeah, maybe for like an all-star series.
An all-star series. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So this is the last episode. It's currently
sad.
5-4. To
yes, so it is impossible for me to win.
Yeah.
So I don't really know why I came today.
I'm glad you did.
What am I getting?
Yeah. I'm glad you did because it'd be quite easy for me to guess which one of my facts is false.
True, you don't really have any other friends.
Well, there is that.
Yeah.
There is that as well. Yeah.
So you'd be a bit screwballed.
I've been not planning, but I've been talking to my best man about my stag do recently.
Who, me? Yeah.
And he's asked for a list of names and numbers of people that I want to invite.
Oh.
So I've gone, okay, well, obviously,
I haven't got
Tom,
the,
the best man. No, sorry, it's for me and my friend, Susan.
Okay.
So I've gone, obviously, Tom, the best man. Don't need his number because it's him.
He's organising.
Matt, my brother, lovely, there's his number. Ben, my other brother, there's his number. George, my friend, there's his number.
Just getting sad. 2 friends. That's all. You have 2 friends.
I just couldn't think of anybody.
No, you've got more friends than that.
Oh, thanks.
I'm sure you have.
Somewhere.
Who are all those people at your engagement party?
They were Sabrina's friends.
Oh, not stag do vibes.
Yeah. There are a few more people on the list now. I just, when like you're asked to sort of remember something or list all these times you blah blah blah, and then you completely go blank. It was like that.
No, I wouldn't know. I've got quite a lot of friends.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'd have quite a good hen, I think.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, popping. You're actually
someone would have to agree to marry you though, wouldn't they? So.
Very good.
There it is.
I'd say you'd want me on your stag do because I'd have a great time and I'd be bringing the life. But now, fuck your stag do.
Do you want to come?
Yeah, okay.
Sick. as if you went in an instant from fuck your stag do to yeah.
I just like being involved. I like being involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can record an episode while we're there.
Okay.
Is it a weekend situation?
Probably. I don't know what the plan is. But
record a nice little hungover episode.
Yeah.
Stag do. I'll snitch you out to Sabrina. The one reason you never want a girl on a stag do.
100%. No, but I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what he's going to plan, but
debauchery for sure.
Probably. He's planned many a stag.
Yeah.
So
you're a bit of a sesh head as well, because like we've been drunk in a few situations together. I was actually sick at your engagement party, so
you were.
Yeah, and you were heading that way.
Oh, big time. I don't think I could move the next day.
No, not at all. Yeah. Not well. So I'd like to see you at a stag do.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
You'll be in bits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so moving on from that before I get divorced. My episode, this episode, a chance to...
My episode.
It's a chance to increase my lead as we end the series.
Which would be a bit of a hollow victory, but okay.
Well, a victory nonetheless.
Fine.
I've decided to do a slightly different topic this week. So it's not necessarily facts. I've gone for...
that goes against, straight away, not exactly facts.
Just hear me out.
The whole concept of the podcast.
Just hear me out.
Okay.
Before you jump the gun, just listen for a second,
Human.
okay? I've gone for phrases and idioms. And one of these phrases isn't a real phrase. You know, things like, oh, you've let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah.
Or, oh, he's walking away with it, which is essentially what I'm doing with the series.
I've got a good one.
Sort of got the weight of the world on your shoulders. Again, it's what I'm doing with this series.
I know what you're doing here, right? A friend of mine, right, when we were younger, he said this all the time, but he said, oh, close but no banana. And obviously the phrase is close but no cigar.
Yeah.
But we were kids, we didn't know. And it was like probably about 6 months before someone said, That's not what that is.
That's
like.
not it.
And it's too late. We were all saying it and it's too late. And I still to this day say close but no banana.
Right.
And yeah.
Close but no banana. I like it.
A lot of people don't question you when you say it.
Sure.
Because it sounds right.
Yeah, I guess.
So
I've been saying for years, and I still don't know if it's a phrase. So let me know if you think it is, and also if it's not, and or if it is, let us know as well in the comments or message us on Instagram, whatever. I always say that's the badger.
Oh,
if you're
I
like
say that's
looking
the
for
badger.
something and you find, oh, that's the badger. Is that right?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you say that's the badger. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so is there going to be a differentiation here between, are these like particularly English phrases and things like that?
Not necessarily. They are in English, because if I gave you a phrase in Dutch, I don't think you'd really understand what I was saying. So yeah, of course they're in English. They
Obviously
some of them
what I meant
originate
by that
from different, some of them
not that.
Some of them originate from different cultures and languages and things like that, but they are phrases in the English language.
Obviously what I meant by that is this going to be one of those things that English people say that Irish people don't say, so that when I say that sounds ridiculous, you'll be like, oh, all the English people say it. Because we have run into that a couple of times, I think, of me thinking that it wasn't going to be that different when I moved here, and then there's things I say that you all get a bit sketched out by. You've never heard it before.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you say things like, so if I would say, oh, should we go to the pub?
Yeah.
You'll say, will we go to the pub?
Will we go to the pub?
Well,
Yeah, I don't see the issue with that.
weird.
Will we go to the pub now?
Because what you're asking in that sentence is whether it's already been organised and it's going to happen, and it's a canonical event that cannot be avoided. Will we go to the pub? Well, maybe. Shall we go to the pub? Yeah, that'd be nice. That's a great idea.
That makes a lot of sense, because a lot of the times when I say say that to people, or I'm trying to say, oh, we should go to the pub after work, whatever, a lot of people are all like, oh, I wasn't invited to the pub. And I'm like, oh, what's this then? What's this conversation we're having right now?
Or you'll come up to me at work and be like, oh, will I print that out? I'm like, I don't fucking know, love. Do what you want.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. There's another one. It's like, a lot of the ways that Irish people speak English is that we'll say things like, oh, I'll do that now in a minute.
Oh, that's like the Welsh as well.
Yeah. It's just the way we speak. And there's this whole theory behind like the Hiberno Irish and all the different reasons why we speak English that way. Like, you know, and all these things that you wouldn't understand because you don't care about Irish people.
Sure, it's pretty boring.
So I'm just wondering if I am at a disadvantage or not.
No, I don't think so, because when I found these, and actually I didn't use, for a couple of these, I didn't use ChatGPT. So when I found these through my own research. Is the fake one
from ChatGPT?
I don't remember.
Oh.
I think I made all of the. I think I made it up, and then I asked ChatGPT for an origin for it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
okay.
So it's given me good stuff.
Wow, you made it up. Fair play.
So when I was researching these, I obviously didn't know any of them either. They're phrases that kind of you wouldn't really say now, but are still phrases.
I'll know.
Okay,
go on.
All right, here we go. So phrase number 1, which you'll like, I think. Pretend to be an Englishman. That's the phrase.
Can't relate. What can I get an origin and a reason why anyone on earth would say that?
Yeah, it's a Serbian phrase, also used in Croatia.
Yeah,
Serbian
is it
Croatian.
Like something you might do if you wanted to be an asshole or something?
Close. So it means to pretend to be innocent and have no idea of like what's going on regarding like. So for example, if I stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and my mum said, Tom, do you have any idea where this cookie's gone? And I'll go, no, I don't know what you're talking about. My mum would say, oh, you're pretending to be an Englishman.
Yeah, because you guys don't know anything.
Right, because we pretend that we haven't committed atrocities.
Yeah. Isn't that horrible things in the world?
Yeah, and we're like, what?
You didn't cause them.
Yeah.
Wow. So I just believe... See, you could have very easily come up with that, because that sounds like something I say quite a lot to you, that origin bit of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that could be true.
Yeah.
It would make sense, because it is a lot of the reason why people don't like... when you say you don't like English people, everyone likes individual English people, but like the concept, the aura,
right,
the gist of the English is why a lot of people, it's like people not like Americans.
You don't like the idea of us.
No.
I get it.
Yeah. Don't like the killing side of us.
Okay, fair enough.
Right, next one.
So, yeah, that's number 1. Let that ruminate.
Yeah.
Pretend to be an Englishman. I like it anyway, even if it's not a real
I'm definitely
phrase.
going to start saying
I thought you probably would. Quiz number 2. Jesus Christ.
Only been 10 episodes.
Phrase number 2 is quite fun.
Oh, I'll be the judge of that.
All right. Phrase number 2 is to wear a cheese helmet.
That is fun.
Mm-hmm.
To wear a cheese helmet.
Yep.
Okay. I'm not a fan
So
of cheese.
it originates from France. They obviously love their cheese.
They do.
Actually comes from a 19th century play by French playwright Victorien Sardou. Thank you. In the play,
yeah.
a character wears a helmet made of cheese as a symbol of their like foolish behaviour. It's a bit like a dunce hat. They're forced to wear a cheese made of helmet. So now over time...
Cheese made a helmet.
Jesus. What's wrong with me?
Get it together.
Get it together, sort yourself out.
Come on, man.
A helmet made of... It's because I was reading cheese helmet, but I thought, I'll make this a bit more
That's fine, I don't need
chatty
your
conversation.
excuses.
I'll switch the script around. A helmet... I should just read, to be
Not
honest
an
with you.
ad-libber.
A helmet made of cheese.
Okay.
So over time, the phrase to wear a cheese helmet has come to mean acting in like a crazy, weird, eccentric manner.
Okay.
So there we go.
Okay, I've never heard it before.
Mm-hmm. Fun, though.
It's a bit fun. Would be actually genuinely my worst nightmare to wear a cheese helmet. I just really don't like cheese.
Do you not?
No, it's actually a borderline. Well, my mom always referred to it as a phobia. It's not like a phobia, but I just get like really freaked out like touching cheese. But like I'm fine to eat and melted cheese, but I couldn't just eat like a cheese sandwich where the cheese is like raw. Raw? It's the only way I know how to describe it. Non-melted in its purest form.
Sure. Interesting.
So that actually genuinely would be my worst nightmare.
See, I think that grated cheese is a gift from the gods.
Oof, no, actually, the worst thing that actually exists on this whole planet at all is an easy single. Do you know, just the ones in the packet.
Easy single.
Do you not have easy singles? Do you know, it's like that plastic cheese that's in the
Oh,
little
yeah, like
plastic
craft
thing.
cheese.
Is that what it's called? Oh, we call them easy singles. I think that's the brand name.
Okay.
Not sponsored at all because I hate you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, don't send us any cheese.
I don't mind. I wouldn't just eat one of those, but I'd put it in a burger or something.
No, I have some awful stories of, oh, it's horrible. Okay, so I wouldn't wear a cheese helmet, but the phrase is fine.
Fine.
Phrase is fine.
So we're really flying through these. I guess it's because...
Do you want to talk about the weather?
No, but I guess it's... I guess it's...
You know.
I guess it's because actually that there's no sort of history or story to go with it. All I can tell you is the phrase and the origin. So
Okay.
fair enough. Phrase number 3 then is to live like a maggot in bacon. So this is a German phrase.
Yeah. That's like a pig of shit.
Exactly. So this originated during the First World War.
Okay.
Back when, food used to go off. If they'd have, I mean, they didn't necessarily have bacon in the trenches, obviously, because they couldn't have that sort of stuff. But there'd be lots of maggots around, but the maggots would be having a lovely time, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So if someone was seen to be...
Almost like a pig in shit.
Almost like a pig in shit. So if someone was seen to... be maybe having a lovely time despite all of the sort of shit that's going on. They'd be like, oh, you're living like a maggot in bacon, love. Having a great time. Yeah, it's exactly the same phrase as a pig in shit.
Which is why you made it up.
I don't know if you were trying to like catch me out there.
No.
You're like how some...
Just instantly the minute you said it, I was like, this isn't true.
Okay.
I just don't... They didn't have bacon in the trenches. So how did it originate in the trenches? Was bacon like a common food? What country
I don't know.
What country is this from?
I've speculated that it originated from the trenches. It originated in Germany during the First World War.
Germany.
I don't know about
Bacon
the trenches.
popular in
I was
Germany.
trying to just jazz it up a bit. Sorry.
Oh, so you were lying.
It's like
Curious. Lying.
the only info I've got is that it originated in Germany, and it means to be a
big and shit.
That's all I got for you. Sorry. I was just trying to make this podcast episode a little bit longer because we're so short on time. I was just trying to fill a bit of time. I'm sorry.
If you were going to make up a phrase right now, what would you come up with?
Oh, God.
Like a little away with the fairies. Oh, God. There's actually so many phrases,
Away with
isn't
the
there?
fairies is good.
Fairy.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think of more Irish ones that are just Irish. We have ones that are like, they're in Irish, but when you translate them out, we have a pig-related one as well.
Go on.
It's like when the sun is on the pig's back or something. Erwin and Wicca. I think it's on the sun. Yeah, the sun on the pig's back, sun on the pig's back or something.
Right.
Green, yeah, something like that. It's a nice phrase. There's all these old phrases they're called shanuckles.
Right.
It's like old, and then fuckle is the word for word. word. And so we put together a shannuckle, and then they're all that's how we call them all the phrases. So that's why I asked if the phrases were going to be different.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. God, well, that was exciting.
So that filled 2 minutes there. So
We're really doing
I've
well.
just activated my Siri.
I like the sort of phrases that are like you're blank short of a blank, like you're a couple of sandwiches short of a picnic.
Oh, I love that. Like all the things say like you're dumb.
Yeah, I'd say they're quite fun because you can kind of do anything really.
Yeah. Like how do people come up with these phrases and they just get like take off?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't
I
it?
suppose it's like close but no banana. It's just a group of friends are like, that's a bit gas. Give that a go. Here we are.
Close but no banana.
Close but no banana. There you go. Not my circus, not my monkeys is another
Love that
one
one.
used
That's
commonly in my house.
Yeah. One fun one I found, this is a little bonus phrase for you, this is true, was something like, don't pull the cow out of the ditch. Something like that. And I think it comes from like Holland or something like that. And it means to like drag up an old argument. Like earlier on in the series when we were talking about our argument about whether the word cleverer is a word, which by the way it is, that would be us dragging the cow out of the ditch. That
was 100% dragging the cow out of the ditch because we actually have been annoyed about that since, and it comes up in conversation a lot more than it used to. So we'd be dragging that cow out of that ditch. We do be doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lovely good phrase. I feel like the English are great for it as well. We love a good saying.
You do love a saying. I think it's more common, I think, in other language, obviously, because the way words are translated out to have things. So it'd be more kind of like comparing animals and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It is actually more common, I think, for other countries and stuff. And also there's like this whole idea of like, I know in Irish that a lot of words are translated or described, like when they came up with words, which is always this weird concept in my head of how people designed language and how that worked, because I don't really get it, how you can just make up a language. But it's like animals are actually described as like what they are. I think hedgehogs, I can't remember the word for a hedgehog in Irish, but when it's translated out, it's something called like the little ugly thing or something. Like all that stuff, it doesn't make any sense. But it's just, it's done that way. It's really interesting. I can't remember what the word is, something like gran og or something like that. And it means little ugly thing. I heard that on a podcast recently and it's so funny.
That's great.
But there's loads of other pretty ones and all this kind of stuff. And like even the secondary school I went to, I'm not gonna say the name of it, but like for anyone who's gonna translate it, basically is like the tree next to the river under the bridge or something like that. Like it's one of those things. And it just doesn't make any sense, but it's in Irish. And everyone's like, oh wow, that sounds so pretty. I'm like, nah, it's just that trees over there by that river.
Literally talking about where
the school there. It just doesn't mean anything. But like other languages make it sound like so pretty because everyone just thinks, I think like when English is your first language, you just assume that like, I don't know, everything happened in English and the rest of the world just adapted from you. Whereas like, if you go to loads of other countries, especially countries like Wales and Ireland, where I'm sure it's like this in Scotland as well, where they might have the translation on like the road signs. So we have all the Irish translations written on the road signs. I think they definitely do in Wales. I'm not sure about Scotland. And then you can just see when you know what all those words mean, like how kind of off the English bits were. Like some of them were like pretty bang on. Like I grew up in Greystones and like in Irish it's literally called Niclocalia, which is literally grey stones. Like that's just it. That's just what it was called. So it was like English people just came and looked at the signs and thought, what what's that sounding like? What's that giving? And like surely if they asked an Irish person like what does that mean, what's stopping the Irish person from lying?
True.
Like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? I'm gonna lie to you. And then we've things named weird things.
I think that the English are, we're really on a tangent here and I love it, but the English are,
well, I already know the answer to this, so it's fine.
Fairly lazy in terms of naming places.
Yeah.
Like I grew up in a place called Alderholt. Tiny little village called Alderholt.
That's a pretty name, though.
It's a lovely name, but it basically a holt is a small collection of trees, a small wood.
Okay.
So it's a small wood of alder trees. Simple as there's a bunch of trees.
No messing about there. A bunch of alder
trees. We'll call it Alderholt. Cambridge is a bridge over the river Cambridge.
Oh, that is lazy.
They're so lazy. Yeah, they just don't even care. They're just like whatever. But then I quite like it, and I quite like that actually. Then when I mean, I don't like the fact that we then went and colonised the United States, obviously.
You love that.
Look, I'm really pretending to be an Englishman. They then just thought, oh, we've got really nice place names back in the UK.
Let's just for York. Love York.
Right? York is a great place. Let's just like call this place the same, but like newer. So New York. Oh, we love Hampshire. New Hampshire?
Oh, yeah, New Hampshire. That's
Jump
true.
on there. There's a whole place called New England. Come on.
Just not messing about there.
No, we're just not.
That's
even
the
bothered.
New England.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
New
This is
England.
New England.
Yeah, we had that. We have a lot of towns that are just fully named English places. Like I've got friends who grew up in Ashford. I've got friends that grew up in Newcastle, and they're just little villages, and they'll be all over the country as well. Like there'll be hundreds of Newcastles all over the country. I'm sure. I don't know. I don't really care. But like, yeah, it's just fully the same name.
Same with Australia. There's a Newcastle in Australia, Surrey Hills in Sydney.
Surrey Hills.
Surrey Hills. There's obviously Perth in Australia. There's Perth in Scotland. We can give a fuck. We'll just call it Perth or whatever.
Yeah, I never even made that connection that there's Perth in both places.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
There's some places that just don't stick. There's no like London.
No.
They were like, no, that's here.
Sorry.
London.
London. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to business.
Right. Well, I'm pretty confident. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. So
I'm
just to
really-
recap the three phrases then.
Yeah. Give me again.
Pretend to be an Englishman, to wear a cheese helmet, and live like a maggot in bacon.
One thing I will say about the Englishman thing is that I'm going to be very annoyed if that's fake, because I know that you'll have made that up as a dig personally, a dig at me. So I will find that very annoying.
Yeah.
But I just think like the last one is just so similar to a pig and shit.
Right.
But if that's like the German version of a pig and shit. What's the second one?
To wear a cheese helmet.
Oh yeah. That's so odd. I don't think you came up with that. You said ChatGPT came up with the context, but yet you had no context for the last one. Because you were making it up on the spot. Or were you? Oh, has your acting improved in 10 episodes, do we think? No.
No, there's no chance of that. No.
Oh, I think the last one is the fake one. I'm not going to win anyway, so
That's true.
yeah. Fuck
So
it.
really, you're playing for.
It's a
prop.
pig and shit.
Okay.
That's the phrase.
Final answer for the final time this series.
Not some maggots and bacon.
Okay.
There's no bacon in the trenches.
Okay. So, pretend to be an Englishman is a real phrase. You'll be pleased to know.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all. It's absolutely true, and it means that basically
Yeah,
to
I feel like I
pretend
didn't-
you have no knowledge of something dreadful that's happening.
Yeah, I really didn't deep the cheese helmet thing enough, and now I'm regretting it.
Well, you'll be interested to know
Yes.
that to wear a cheese helmet is not a real phrase.
Fuck.
So you're wrong again for the final time.
Sad.
6-4 is the final score for the series.
It's been 6-4. It feels like 100 times. I'm just always behind in this series.
Yeah. Live like a maggot in bacon is a real phrase. I didn't have a lot. You can see I didn't have a lot of info on that.
Yeah, I should have gone with. I had a little theory brewing right there on the tip of my tongue when I said, "Oh, ChatGPT gave you context, so there has to be
Yeah,
context." For
and
it.
also I think
Threw myself off. 'Cause I thought you started like I don't know, improving.
Yeah, well, I think I panicked a bit actually when I was telling the live like a maggot in bacon.
You did panic.
Because I started going down a rabbit hole of, it came about in the trenches and all of that. And I had to come clean and be like, that's not true.
I've done that before, definitely on an episode, but I think I slipped through the cracks from you where I just started saying things and I just kept talking and I was like, nothing I'm saying even makes sense anymore. And if you ask me a follow-up question, I'm not going to answer it. And I just managed to slip it in and I was like, okay, fair enough. So...
Well, there we go.
That's all she wrote then, I guess.
So
I'm getting the sack. So anyway, it was really nice working with everyone. I had a great time. I just want to thank my mom and dad and everything like that. I hate Tom and I will never speak again. And that's why he's got no friends at a stag do.
Yeah, but that's okay. Because I'm a winner. I know I'm a winner.
I'm a winner.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, there we go. Thus concludes the Big Fact Podcast Series 1.
Series 1.
I guess it will take you a little bit of time to get over the loss.
Yeah, but I'll come back.
Well, that was my next question.
Yeah. I told you last week this will be my villain origin story. I'm coming back next time.
Okay.
Like swinging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. We'll see how that goes.
Not well.
When the question is, do we start afresh with the next?
Absolutely, yeah. I think you will probably spend the next series holding over me the fact that you're like some sort of reigning champ. I'm picturing you wearing a crown of some sort. We didn't bring a crown today because I'm only thinking about it now, but also Tom doesn't deserve it. If it was me though, I would have been
Right.
There would have been
Sure.
music, everything. You would have held a whole thing. Smoke machine.
Didn't like that.
Smoke machine.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? That's fire.
That'd have been fire.
Would have fire.
Pyro.
Pyro,
Everything.
yeah. We got a fire breather
Confetti.
coming, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right, well, we better end this because your Apple Watch keeps telling you it's time to stand.
Wait, it's time to stand. Thank you so much for listening and watching the series. We've absolutely loved your support and feedback. We really do appreciate it.
Yes, and we'll be back again. So you can find us on all the social medias. We're everywhere. And it's always at Big Fact Pod and YouTube, everything. Tell your friends, write reviews. Send thumbs down in the comments for Tom.
You're so horrible.
Yeah, always give us suggestions of topics and how I can be back fighting the next time around. Anything you want to see. We're available.
Yeah, please do. We're bigfactpodcast@gmail.com. Obviously, in the meantime, between now and next series, do share us far and wide and go and listen back if you're feeling like you're missing my dulcet tones and also Susan. Then, feel free, listen back all the episodes and watch. They're all available on YouTube as well.
Absolutely. And you never know when we're going to be back. Soon, though.
I'll miss you.
Okay.
I've been Tom Williams.
I've been Susan Owen.
And for the final time this series, this is the Big Fact Podcast.
It's time to stand.